Let's look at this graph, and first of all we are going to look at the limit as x approaches -3 of this function. So what we want to do is approach from the left hand side and approach from the right hand side, and as we approach x equal -3 we see that we approach this function value. Looks like that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So from the left hand and right hand side we still approach a y value or function value of 4. Now let's look at the limit as x approaches 0 of this function. And we see that as we approach 0 from the left-hand side, we approach a function value of 1, but as we approach 0 from the right-hand side, we approach a function value of -1. Since the left-hand limit does not agree with the right-hand limit, we say the limit as x approaches 0 does not exist. Now let's go ahead and look at the limit as x approaches 2 of this function. And as we approach from the left-hand side, we are approaching a function value of 2. As we approach from the right-hand side, we're also approaching a function value of 2, therefore the limit is 2. Now remember, the function does not need to be defined at the point. It is the function value that we get closer and closer and closer to as we get closer and closer and closer to an x value of 2, but not equaling 2. So even though the function is not defined here and it wasn't defined at -3, that didn't matter. We were looking for the value that we were approaching. Now let's look at the limit as x approaches 5 from the right hand side. So this is a one-sided limit, a right hand limit because of the plus here. So as we approach this x value of 5 from the right hand side, we see we are approaching a function value of 3. If we looked at the limit as x approaches 5 from the left-hand side, so now we're looking at a left-hand limit, as we approach 5 from the left-hand side, this function just continues to oscillate back and forth, and so this left-hand limit does not exist. Because the right-hand limit is 3 but the left-hand limit does not exist, then if we wanted the limit as x approaches 5 of the function, it does not exist.